What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? You got Dewan Jones here, your professional stay-at-home dad. I want to thank you once again, family, for tuning in tonight. We got a very special guest, as always. I'm excited for our guest that we got for you tonight, family. We got Jerry West on the show tonight, entrepreneur, business mentor, speaker. We got the opportunity to speak to him, and you know how we do it, family. We're going to try to see if we can get as many nuggets, as much information as we can from leadership when we have them on the show, especially of this magnitude. Let me make sure that we got our good friend on with us, but let me get my cell phone camera before I do so to thank you once again for tuning in. Thank you for sharing the information about the show and spreading the word. The Builders Club TV Nation is here, and once again, this is for the culture, family. So let's make sure Jerry can hear us. Jerry, Mr. West, can you hear me okay, sir? Awesome. Let me get you on camera, man, so the family can see you. There you go. How's it going, brother?
What's going on?
Man, doing great. We're excited to have you on the show, man. When we found out that you definitely be joining us, we got very excited. Want to thank you again for coming on to the Builders Club TV.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
Awesome. So I want to thank you for coming on to the show, Jerry. If you've seen the show a little bit, what we like to do, man, especially when we have people like yourself on, we like to dig a little bit into the past and learn a bit about your history in terms of, how you got your start in this industry, because there's so much to learn when you look into the past of successful people. The journey that you had to take to get to where you are now. There's so much to learn, so much value in between that time frame. Would you agree, man?
Absolutely.
Definitely. So if we like to do what we call jump in the Builders Club TV time machine and take the family back. So can we do that, man? Can we go back a little bit and learn about your path to success, Jerry?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So if you will, man, you can start in any time period you want. But I think the question we like to know is, what was life like for Jerry West before you discovered network marketing?
Well, that's a really good question, and life was pretty much like anybody else's life. I went to work and came home and paid the bills, and that's pretty much about it. Put stuff on credit cards, got myself into debt. It just, a lot of people have that story where, the important thing to realize when I tell that part of the story is that it's relatable to pretty much most people out there. The fact that, I'm a father. I have two boys that are now, one's almost 17 and one's 11. I've been married 18 years. I live in a house that has a couple vehicles in the driveway, and my wife and I both worked jobs, and I predominantly was, I went to college on the 7-year degree. Not a doctor or a PhD. It just took me 7 years to get an actual bachelor's degree in communications. But I was in radio. I eventually went into sales, and I wasn't making any money in radio. So I moved into marketing and in a sales type role, and I worked for the same company for almost 9 years. And back in 2010, this company sold Yelp page advertising. So they were hit really hard in 2008 when the economy crashed.
Right.
So they started downsizing. In 2010, they finally got to my department. They fired my whole department on the same day. So there I was, fired from this job, but it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because I was going into a place where I was just sitting in a sea of gray cubicles all day long, and I was miserable, and I was, I was drinking every night. It was just a really bad, I was spinning my tires in the mud. I wasn't going anywhere. And after that, I did get another job 3 months later, but I ended up selling advertising to local business owners, and I started networking with a lot of people that had an entrepreneurial type mindset. It did also stop the drinking, which helped. But I started thinking about being my own boss, just networking with all these people. So if you've ever heard the term or the phrase, you become the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. You've heard that before, I'm sure.
Right.
I started going out and networking for the purpose of selling the advertising, but the people I was networking with were now entrepreneurs. They were business-minded people, and just by virtue of networking with them, I started thinking about those things myself. Well, maybe I could be my own boss. Maybe I could make, more money than I'm making at my job. But, I didn't have the money to start a traditional business.
Right.
Most people don't, and a traditional business can cost you tens of thousands, if not hundreds, 4, 5, 6 figures to get them started. And they're very, very expensive to run on a monthly basis. So I actually did have, at one point, I got involved with network marketing for the first time in 2012. So it'll be, I think, 8 years this January. Yep, 2012, 8 years this January that I first got involved. And I met the guy at a networking group, and he was talking about residual income and people earning big checks and how exciting it was.
Right.
Thinking, like, what the heck is this guy talking about? But I have to know what this guy's talking about. So I met with him, and he showed me the presentation for his company. And I saw it right away. Like, I saw like, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but like, this is what can get me what I want, which is, I wanted to make more money. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to do better for my family and for my sons. I mean, all of those things that a lot of people that have families want are what I wanted, but I was stuck, like a lot of them, just working the 9 to 5, going paycheck to paycheck, going deeper and deeper into debt, putting stuff on credit cards. And I wanted to escape from that, I ended up purchasing actually a franchise, a direct mail franchise. It was like a one-person type business in 2013, which was a huge investment. And within 2 years, that business went under. I actually hustled my ass off and sold a lot of advertising, but no matter what I did, I didn't have enough capital for the ramp up time for that business, which really they should have told me that, but they didn't. So, they took my check, which was borrowed money. I ran up all these credit lines, and I ended up $250,000 in the hole.
Wow.
And filing for bankruptcy in 2015. So I was still in a network marketing company. The company I was in before the company I'm in now, I was with them for over 2 years. And I have built that up to a point where I earned about $3,000 a month from it. And then it all fell apart. And in 2016, when I was actually getting sued by that franchisor and trying to get that bankruptcy cleared, I went through 5 jobs, and my network marketing business that I was with at the time was falling apart. And by the end of 2016, I was out of a job. I was dead broke. I was calling my parents asking for money to pay my mortgage payment. I mean, it was pretty embarrassing for at the time, 44-year-old person with a family to have to go through that. So I considered in the beginning of 2017, I actually was about to quit network marketing altogether. Like I actually convinced myself that maybe what I really need to do is just forget about all this network marketing stuff and go get a corporate job that's pay me and pay my family's bills. I needed some, I guess, stability, you could say, but you and I both know that there's no such thing as a safe job out there. But that's kind of the way I was looking at it. So guess what I thought to myself at this point, Dewan? Do you know how they say your biggest breakthrough comes after your biggest letdown or after your lowest point? That's when the breakthrough is going to come. But no one ever really believes that. So what they do is they quit too soon, and they never hit their breakthrough because they can't fight through the adversity. They can't fight through the low points. And you're not going to go through an entrepreneurship journey or a network marketing journey without struggle and without low points and without adversity. There's just, no matter who you're following right now that's a leader, and how perfect their life might look, there's a story behind that of adversity. Even the biggest, most successful people in the industry have had car repossessions and gone through foreclosures and stuff like that. So I said to myself, you know what? I said, I'm not going to quit. I'm just, I'm going to look for another business. I'm going to start another business. So I started with the company that I'm with on March 1st, 2017. And I had the biggest breakthrough year that I've ever had. By, within 1 year from that day that I started, I was transitioning out of the full-time job. I got a full-time job beginning of 2017 that was paying me pretty decent money.
Right.
By the end of that year, I was earning almost 3 times what I was making at my job with my network marketing business.
Jeez. Wow.
And even though I was happy with that job for most of that year, and I was going to stay there because I figured, why give up this income? Things changed. Things changed at the job. I became unhappy. My boss, who was a really pleasant, great person to work for, became extremely unpleasant person. And I was not happy anymore. But I now had options. I had now given myself the ability to choose to walk away from that job if I wanted to, and I'm not saying that everybody out there, I'm not saying jobs are bad. I'm not saying everybody out there hates their job.
Right.
There's people out there that love their job, that no matter how much money they made in network marketing business, they might keep their job, which is great. And I was going to do that. But you have the option to, if you give yourself the option to walk away, that's what this business can do for you. That's what network marketing can do for you. And so I chose to transition out of that job. And, I've been doing network marketing full time for 1.5 years now, earning way more than I've ever earned at any job that I've ever had.
Wow. So this story is amazing, Jerry. I want to rewind the tape a little bit because you talked about the transition from the struggle, right, to actually hitting the mark where you're having the success. But I want to rewind the tape just a little bit and ask you, in between that time frame where you were struggling, then you started to meet success, but you were having those ups and downs and those difficult times. I'm pretty sure those difficult times didn't let off while you were trying to build the success. So what in the world kept you motivated enough to keep going forward, even though you were met with so many obstacles?
Well, I decided that, basically, and when I say decided, I decided that I was going to do this no matter what. That all these other stories that are out there, of these people going through foreclosures, going through bankruptcies, going through hard times, and having a major breakthrough and becoming a 6- and 7-figure earner in the industry, I decided that I no longer accepted the fact that I wasn't, that wasn't meant for me, or I wasn't going to be that person. I decided that I can be that person, and I started envisioning myself almost like manifesting this to happen in my life. I have always done personal development, which I know there's a lot of people out there that don't think you need it. It is integral to your success, because network marketing is a business that really plays with your mindset. We're not taught in school to think the way that a network marketer thinks, right? So when you start, say, in the network marketing industry, in your midlife, like I did, like in the middle of I think I was 39 years old when I first started in network marketing. So, you've gone through a lot up until age 39.
Yeah.
And your brain is not programmed to think like a successful network marketer would think when you see this for the first time. So you have to do personal development. You have to develop yourself as a leader. You have to learn to deal with all these personalities of other people. You have to listen to people telling you to quit, telling you to stop doing those silly things, telling you that it's not going to work. Even really seriously, like in any kind of entrepreneurial venture, you're going to get naysayers, you're going to get haters, you're going to get negative people, you're going to get people that try to talk you what they think is off the ledge. But really what it is they're trying to talk you out of your dreams. So if I didn't do personal development and work on myself every single day, no matter what, if I didn't say to myself every single day, no matter how smart you are, you don't know everything, there's always something that you can learn, then I wouldn't have been able to push through those tough times. Because you really have to build your mindset up so strong where you're unshakable. Like nothing that can happen can deter you or shake you away from pursuing your goal. It might bother you, it might piss you off or get you upset. We're all human beings, right? So we're going to have those feelings. We still feel fear, but you work on your mindset every day and you can push through those things. You can act in spite of fear. You can take massive action even though you're afraid. And I think that's been really the most important thing out of everything. Because when I first became a six-figure earner, and I hit one of the top ranks in my company, everybody I had so many people reaching out to me, and all they wanted to know was, what is the one thing, can you tell me what the one thing that you did in order to do this? Like if you're going to tell me how to hit the rank that you've hit, what's the one thing that you did that's different than everybody else? And the hard part to answer that question is there is no one thing. There really isn't. And the answer to the question is not the answer that people want to hear. And I know that because I remember being in their position asking 6 and 7 figure earners the same or similar questions and hearing their answers and thinking, oh, that's a load of crap. I want to know what they're doing I want to know. Well, the thing is, they're not doing anything different than everybody's telling you need to do. Like, you need to take massive action. But what they would say is, keep going. Don't let anything make you quit. Work on your mindset every day. Work on your leadership every day. Write your goals down. Keep them in your pocket. Readers are leaders. That's the truth. Readers are leaders. I read books all the time. I do all those things that any top leader in the network marketing industry would tell you that you need to do. I do all those things, but most of those things are the things that a lot of people are not willing to do. They're just not willing to do it. Making sacrifices is another one. I'm sure you're familiar with that,
Oh yeah.
Maybe instead of watching TV for a couple hours every night, I need to be working on my business. Maybe instead of hitting snooze on the weekends, I need to wake up early and do some personal development or work out, do some exercise, because keeping your body in shape. And admittedly, I've been slacking on that a little bit.
Man, you and me both, man. but I'm working on it now, man. Getting back to where I gotta get, man.
Exactly. I mean, it makes a difference though, because if you feel good about yourself and you feel more energy and you feel more awake, it breathes confidence into you and it shows to other people. So how your attitude appears and how you make an impression upon other people makes a huge difference in whether or not they decide to partner with you or not, or become your customer or not. So all of those things are really, really important. So when I actually did a video on this way back when, and I said, what's the one thing that I did in order to have success? And, I went through all of that, working on yourself every day, working on your mindset, all that stuff, persevering, fighting through the tough times, not giving up, not letting minuscule little things knock you out of the game. It's a laundry list of things, but if you are willing to do them, if you're willing to do all of those things that most people either can't do or they're not willing to do, then you're going to be successful. It's just not going to happen when you want it to happen, which most people want it to happen overnight, right?
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. Let me switch gears just a little bit. We're entering some interesting times. You probably would agree. Probably the best time to be an entrepreneur, or if you're thinking about it, it's probably the best time to get off the fence because of some of the things that we're seeing happening with technology and automation. And, I was literally, Jerry, in a store the other day, and I saw an actual robot rolling on the floor. And basically what it was doing, it was scanning the shelves, literally shooting a laser beam, a white laser beam at the shelf, and it was scanning to see what was in stock on the shelf and what was out of stock. So this is basically a job that humans used to do, right?
Yeah.
And so when you think about now, technology becoming so intelligent and doing the jobs or replacing the need of the individual, how much more important is it to now become an entrepreneur?
It's really important.
It's very important, right?
It's really important for, I would say, most people to at least investigate. The robot story's scary, right? Because if you think about it, how many jobs out there now? I mean, how many people walk out of college into a really good job now? Walk out of college in debt. And I'm not saying don't go get an education, but what I'm saying is you really have to look at it from a business standpoint. How much debt am I going to be in at a young age? Am I ever going to be able to pay that off? Is it a wise business investment? All these numbers that I never did when I was younger. I never did the numbers. I never sat down and said, what is the likelihood of me getting a job that's going to pay off all these student loans that I'm getting? I never did that. So I was stuck with them for a while. But it's like now you have people fighting to get minimum wage raised, and companies turn around and say, okay, you want to raise minimum wage? We'll just replace you with a kiosk.
Yes.
There's several restaurants now, especially if you're, getting a quick bite to eat at a fast food place. You walk in, there's not even someone taking your order anymore. There's a kiosk that you walk in and you place your order.
Yes.
So workers are being eliminated. Even if I know or have seen or run into multiple people out there that have master's degrees, PhDs, and they can't get a job that pays them what they want to get paid now, because guess what? Companies say, sorry, you're overqualified, and they don't want to hire you because they don't want to pay you. They want to hire someone they can pay for less. Somebody with less experience is going to take less money. So that's a scarier thing too, as you age and you grow into your 40s. I mean, I'm 47 now, and I realized this when I was looking at network marketing back in 2012. I realized, what am I going to do when I'm late 40s, late 50s, and I'm looking for a job? Who's going to want to hire me over some young kid that they could pay way less money to, right? So that is extremely scary. So what are you dependent on to get you through? Your choices are either you have to work until you die, or you can retire and get used to living on way less money than you're used to living on. Even if you're living paycheck to paycheck now, well, how about getting used to living on half of that? So all these things people really need to think about. And if somebody out there is watching this and you don't at least have or working on some kind of side hustle in addition to your job that's paying your bills right now, then you really should start looking into something, because it's not just a business thing. It's a lifestyle thing. It's what do you want to do for the rest of your life? How do you want your later years to be? Me, I want to choose what I do with my time when I'm, as I go through the rest of my late 40s, my 50s, my 60s, my 70s. I want my time to be my time. I don't want to be slaving to the grind till I'm 73 years old.
Absolutely not.
Forced into retirement, like happened to my father.
Yeah. Are we seeing that more and more today, Jerry? Do you feel like you're seeing more and more people in their 60s, 70s, 50s working? Even some of the jobs that you see typically younger people working, it seems like you're starting to see more people that are up in age working. Are you seeing more of that?
I see a lot of older people, maybe even just working part-time jobs because they retired. And maybe they're getting a retirement plan from a 401k or a pension, but that's not giving them enough money, or they're collecting Social Security or some type of benefits, and that's not giving them enough money. So in addition to that, they can't even enjoy their retirement, and they have to go somewhere like a Walmart or a fast food joint and get a part-time job just to supplement and have enough income to like enjoy their later years.
Mm, mm,
Personally, compared to having a part-time business, I don't think anybody should go out and have to get a part-time job like that. I have a lot of people that are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s
mm.
are now getting into network marketing because they don't want to go to a part-time job. You know, they want their time to be their time and they want to work from home on their own. So it's not really even just the younger generation or you know, middle-aged family people in their 30s and 40s to think about. It's also for people that are starting to approach or at those senior ages, because you know, there's what is a better option out there? That's what I want to know. Like, where is there a better option that's going to give you, for very minimal investment, so hardly any risk whatsoever, you have the opportunity on your own schedule to earn more money than any job you can get. You know, who else is going to give you that opportunity?
The options are going away, man, because even
Opportunity.
yeah, the options are going away because even with the jobs is you know, as simple as, you know, greeting someone at a grocery store. I wouldn't doubt if we see in the next couple of years a robot doing that, right? Greeting you when you walk through the door. So it's amazing. I don't want to forget to ask you about this, because you do a lot of Facebook Lives, and you know, typically that's something that still a lot of people on the fence about. You know, still deciding whether or not they can do it, whether or not they feel like they can't do it or might be afraid to do it. How has Facebook Live helped you in terms of growing your business?
Facebook Live really, I mean, I would like to say it's one of the things that has transformed my business and my life, because it's given me the ability to put my face and my voice and my ideas and my thoughts in front of other people. So what most people do is they get on social media and all they want to do is, you know, do a post here and there and hope that somebody sees their post and joins their business or buys their products.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, if you post enough times, you're gonna be able to have minimal success here and there. Maybe you'll get a few people to do that, you know. But if you're not using social media to do what it was intended to do, which is to be social, that's why they call it social media,
Mm-hmm.
and you're really missing out, because all the principles of building a business, especially a network marketing business, have remained the same. It's just that social media gives us this tool now that we can utilize to reach a lot more people in a much shorter period of time, right? But you still have to connect with people. You still have to build relationships and meet new people every day. And you still have to put yourself in front of people. And using Facebook Live is one of the absolute best ways to do that, because you're going to learn more about me and who I am and what I stand for, and what type, you know, if you like me or not, if you can relate to me or not from a Facebook Live, than you are just by reading a post that I wrote with picture, right? So I recommend to anyone, if you're any kind of solo entrepreneur, whether it's network marketing, affiliate marketing, or you have your own business where, you know, you're selling one-on-one to other people or to other business owners, get yourself out there. Utilize social media to put your face and your voice and to connect with people, because they're going to feel a much stronger connection to you from one human being to another if you're doing Facebook Lives than to people that are not. And that goes for Messenger too, with the voice clip feature. Like, I'll text people a lot, but I'll also use the voice feature a lot so people can hear my voice.
Right.
When somebody hears a human voice at the other end, it instantly gives them a stronger connection to you than it does to everybody else who's not. And that, you know, you can multiply that times 100 using Facebook Live. So if you're afraid to do it, you got to too bad, just get on there and do it, because, you know, otherwise, how serious really are you about building your network marketing business, about building your business, if you're not willing to put yourself on social media, onto a platform with the best tool that's given to you, which is live?
That's good stuff. When we've enjoyed having you and speaking with you, Jerry. We definitely got to have you back on the show. Before we let you go, we do want to play a game with you that we've been playing with our guests. The family's been loving it. The guests been having a lot of fun with it as well.
Sure.
We call it a word of advice, with the mentor. And basically, Jerry, how we play is I'm going to shoot a few words at you, and basically with every word that I give you, you're going to give us back a word of advice using that word. That makes sense?
So I'm giving you a sentence for any word of it, one word for one word.
Well, I'm going to give you a word, and you just give us a word of advice using that word. So it could be a sentence, it could be a paragraph. It doesn't matter in terms of how long it's going to be, but just whatever comes to mind when I give you the word in terms of advice. That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, you ready to go? Let's do it, man. So the first word we have for you, Jerry, is option.
Option. Well, I kind of mentioned that a little bit ago. So the word of advice I'm going to give with option is, if you don't do something to give yourself options, then you're going to end up with no options, or somebody else's options,
which is the worst case scenario, right?
Yep.
That's
and
good.
Guess which option they're choosing for you?
Not the one you want. That's good. The next word we have for you is dreams.
Well, this is an important one because a lot of people out there have given up on their dreams. Personally, I would rather wake up every morning and pursue my dreams with relentless pursuit. Because you have one life, right? You have one life in which to do everything it is that you're going to do. So what are you afraid of? Like, wake up every day and go after it. Go after those dreams.
That's good. The next word is quit.
Oh, that's the worst. When you quit, the only person you quit on is yourself. The only person you disappoint is yourself. But I thought about this a long time ago. So this is for people with kids, right? This is for people with kids. Do you ever want to look your child in the eyes and say, things got really, really difficult, so instead of fighting hard, I decided to quit?
Wow.
Absolutely not. You would never want to look your child in the eye or teach your child, hey, when things get hard, throw in the towel and quit, right?
Right.
You'd never teach that to your child. So everything you do, your child is watching you, your child is listening to you. Show them that you're not a quitter, and then they won't be a quitter either.
And we'll be, surprised how much kids actually watch. The next word we have for you is timing.
Well, timing is important and not important at the same time. So let me explain what I mean by that, okay? People always wait for the right time. Oh, I just got to get through the holidays and I'll be ready to go. Oh, I just got to get through this one my family's going through and I get ready to go. Oh, I just got to get the kids back off to school and I'm ready to go. They're always waiting for the right time. And the thing with timing in regards to that is that there is never a right time. We're all busy. All of our lives have tons of stuff going on, from holidays to vacations to getting out of school to back to school to this is going on, to that's going on, life, the uncontrollable, yada, yada, yada. Just get started. Forget about whether or not it's the right timing. Just get started, because you'll be waiting forever if you don't.
That's good. Jerry, the last word we have for you, man, is job.
Jobs are important to a lot of people, okay? Because, and we need jobs, because guess what? This world would not be operating. Nothing out there would be running if we didn't have jobs. So there's nothing wrong with that, right? We need jobs. But what I want to tell you is, if you have aspirations of doing better or making more money, if you love your job and you want to make more money, if you hate your job and you want to make more money, whatever it is, use that job to pay the bills,
Mm-hmm.
but do something on the side to chase your dreams, whether you love your job or not. Because the only thing you have at the end of life, if you don't pursue all your, I'm using dreams again, but if you don't do something now, all you're going to have is regret. And regret is the worst feeling that anybody could ever have. You don't want to be laying there on your deathbed wondering, why didn't I do this? Or, what if? That's the worst feeling in the world. So yes, work your butt off at your job, and don't be a slacker. Like, seriously, your performance in anything in life is important. So give your job your all and pay your bills, pay your family's bills. But don't forget, when you get off of that job, that you have a lot more hours left in that day, in that week, in that month, in that year, where you could be pursuing your dream.
That's good. That's good. Well, Jerry, as expected, you totally crushed it, man. We're thankful to have you on the show again. We got to have you back. In fact, Jerry, we're working on a new series we call A Day in the Life. And Jerry, this is basically like the lifestyles of the rich and famous for the network marketing industry, where basically it's actually personal development meets lifestyle, right? So, we take a look into the lifestyles of work from home entrepreneurs. You could be driving down the street, getting ready to go have a cup of coffee, meeting a prospect or a team member, or you could be out with the family having dinner, or headed to a movie, anything that's lifestyle. But at the same time, we get the opportunity to speak to you again and learn a lot more about you, yourself, and what you got going on, and get some more of those golden nuggets, man. So we definitely got to have you back for that series, man.
I look forward to that. I don't know that my lifestyle is all that exciting, but it sure beats sitting in an office all day. I can tell you that.
Hey, man, that's all the excitement we absolutely need. Once again, thank you for coming on to the show, Jerry. Builders Club TV family, Jerry West. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.